Welcome back, guys. This is JC from Card Valor, and today will be an update for Despia, my favorite deck of the year. I'll be giving you guys the update that I mentioned in my previous videos related to this deck. April's around the corner. That Albaz structure deck is looking good, and I can't wait to see what it has for this deck. On this video, I will be covering a quick deck profile, and then at the end there'll be some combos. And if you'd like, you can skip around. There'll be timestamps down below in the description box, so you can click through and you don't have to look through the deck profile because a lot of the stuff is pretty standard. It's going to be Adventure, Guardian Chimera. That's all I've added. So with that being said, let's jump into the profile. Starting us off on this deck profile will be the monsters lineups. So we're going to start with our Aluber for our Despias. Still 3, you know. With this deck, you could actually reduce him down to 2 because of the Brave engine. Alright, so we got the 2 big boys, Dramaturge and Adlib. Still continuing on with the 1 of for both. And then you have Triple Tragedy. A lot of people are already recommending that you could play Comedy, which is but I still think 3 Tragedy is the way to go. Then we're gonna still use our Edge Imp chain, but this time we'll only play 2. I'm still gonna be using that 5 package because of Guardian Chimera. So right here, we got 2 Edge Imp chain. We reduced it down from 3 to 2. Then we're gonna start us off with Brave, and that's Water Enchantress at 3. You guys already know what she does. A lot of people know what she does already. Then we have Water and Griffin Rider, Omni Negate. Then the 1 Hand Trap Artifact Lancia. Really heavy on banishing this format, so I decided to go ahead and add a quick disruption for this deck. Might add some more, but we'll see. And then the 2 bricks, Celestial and Dasher. So yeah. Then we're gonna go ahead into the spells. It's gonna be 3 right of Aramis here. You guys know what that does. We got Faithful Adventure at 1 and Draco back at 1. This deck, this card, I hate this card. Like, it's a rare and it's really good. Alright, 3 branded opening. Standard. Get your Aluber plays going. And then we actually went down to 2 branded in red. Reason being is, if I don't know, I think it's just the ratios I picked. You could definitely put it back to 3 if you want. I'm still playing Super Poly 2. Then we have the 1 Theater. It went down to 1 instead of 2 because of the Brave package or the Adventure package. And then 2 Fight for Patchwork, still at 2. I think it was at 2 at my last profile. You guys can check it out. Check it out right here on my channel. But yeah, right here, 2 Patchwork. And then we have 2 Polys. Still the same 2 Polys. You don't want to play a 3. Then 2 Fusion Destiny. There is a new engine for the Dangerous, Mally, and Celestial package, which lets you get a Chimera real easily. But right now, I'm not playing that package. But we'll see. We'll do some more. Alright, Foolish Burial, Called by the Grave, and double Super Poly. This is a flex spot. This is kind of needed. You could probably offer Gold Sart, but with Lancia running around, kind of bad. And then a lot of people like to play into dark monsters, so Super Poly is live. Alright, and then we got the extra deck starting us off with Masquerade, Enquiritus, and Proskinian. So on my last deck profile, this was at 3. I reduced it down to 2. You could put it back to 3 if you want, but I wanted to get more room. But there is still flex spots. Then new favorite card, Guardian Chimera. This card is bonkers. I've already mentioned in my Dark Magician profile that this card is, in my opinion, underrated. It's gonna be really good someday. And like 3300 beat stick, 3300 defense, that's a lot. And it can't be targeted if polymerization's in the graveyard. Alright, let's keep moving on. DPE, Fusion Destiny. And then we have the Super Poly targets, Mud Dragon in the Swamp, Trify over Rhythm, that's a very hard word to say, Starving Venom. So this one's really good if you're playing against, I don't know, Phantom Knights. Or DDDs, because they're all darks. Alright, and then we have our OTK machine, Numeron Dragon, with number 38 and number 97. Still the same. Could add Zeus in here if you really wanted. And then this was the new kind of flex spot. It's a relinquished anima. Gets you Tragedy in the graveyard real easily by using anima. And then if your opponent's not smart enough to play around the columns, anima will suck up a monster. And then this is another flex spot now. You can definitely get away with getting rid of Verte. And you probably add the Masquerade in instead of Verte. Alright, so that was the deck profile. Next up will be the combos. Okay, so this is combo 1. And it's going to involve a setup into Guardian Chimera with our negates and a Masquerade on the field. So it is kind of a 3-card combo, 3.5, because you need a discard for Faithful Adventure. Don't forget, you don't want to be caught soft cheating. Anyway, let's go ahead and begin. So we're going to activate Rite of Aramis here. We're going to get our Fairy token. Then after that, we're going to put out Faithful Adventure, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to activate Faithful Adventure. And our face down card right here, if this was Edgem Chain, then that's a plus. But it could be any other card. So in this case, we'll do Edgem Chain. And we're going to get our Wandering Griffin Rider. Edgem Chain will proc, and we will be able to search our Fryfer package. So right here. So Fryfer Patchwork will get added to our hand, and then we're going to go ahead and put our Omni Negate out. Omni Negate will come out, and then Faithful Adventure will proc, and we'll be able to grab the Draco back. Okay, so now we're going to Patchwork, and we're going to grab Poly and another Edgem Chain. That can be used for Guardian Chimera later. Alright, so this is a lot. So now what we can do is we're gonna do our Despia line. So branded opening, pitch to Tragedy, right? Still have Draco back, polymerization, and Edgem Chain. So we're gonna pitch Tragedy, and we're gonna end up grabbing our Aluber. Aluber will come out, right? So it's gonna be Chainlink 1, or Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Tragedy. Tragedy will resolve. So we're gonna grab our Dramaturge. That's 5 cards in our hand still. And then Aluber will search us branded in red. And this branded in red will set up our Guardian Chimera. So let's go ahead and set that card right there. Okay. And the polymerization is good because you can actually go into our Masquerade. So polymerization, right? And we're going to go into Dramaturge and Aluber. So Aluber is going to go into the graveyard with Dramaturge, and we're going to put out our Masquerade. Dramaturge is going to proc again. We're going to put him back out, and that's another target for Guardian Chimera with our branded in red. So not only do we kind of have a follow-up with Edom Chain, and so hold up. We're going to go ahead and equip Draco back to the Wandering Griffin. So on our opponent's turn, we can, activate Wandering Griffin, and then this will go to this will shuffle itself to the deck, and Draco back will go to the graveyard. Draco back will equip itself by effect to the token. All right, and then last but not least, I always add this in, but if your fifth card was Fusion Destiny, you go ahead and do Fusion Destiny. Dump. Oh, where are my 2 bricks? Alright, so I didn't add that into the pile. So right here, Dasher and Celestial. And we're gonna go ahead and put out our DPE. Unfortunately, he'll be at the front of the EMZ, and we still have 1 card in hand. Yeah, I know it's Edom Chain. Still have a normal summoned, so I mean, normal summon if you want, but you'll just fall into the super poly. But yeah, so we have a potential draw 2 at the end, and then we have spell fusion protection. We have a burn for 600. We have Dramaturge that can negate an extra deck summon, and well, not extra deck summon, but extra deck effect negation. DPE, which is popping, which is an interruption. We got an Omni negate. We have protection on the token, and we have branded in red. So on our opponent's turn, we're going to activate branded in red. We're going to activate, or we're going to target Tragedy. So add it back to our hand, and then we can fusion summon 1 level 8 or higher fusion. So Edom Chain, Tragedy, that's 2 in hand, and you could actually get Dramaturge involved, or you could fuse away your token, your fairy. So you can either do 2 on the field, so you can get 2 pops, or 2 in the hand, so you can get 2 free draws. So that's really insane. So let's just say we went ahead and grabbed these 2, and we banished Dramaturge to make our Guardian Chimera. Now we're going to get 1 pop, and we're going to get 2 draw 2s, or we're gonna get draw 2. So in this case, it's just random cards. All right, so that was combo number 1. We're going to go ahead and do combo number 2, and this is as if we had a not so decent hand, and it's not going to involve our lovely Guardian Chimera. So right here is kind of a similar hand. So you have Enchantress, Edom Chain, and Dramaturge. Be 3 card combo, because Edom Chain is your discard fodder for the Faithful Adventure. So we'll go ahead and start. Water Enchantress goes to the graveyard. We'll get our Rite of Aramis here. Rite of Aramis here. We'll get our Fairy token, and then we'll get Faithful Adventure. Faithful Adventure activates. We're going to search our writer, and then we'll dump chain effect, and then chain writer. Okay, so chain effect, chain writer. Now chain link 3 adventure. So we're going to grab our Draco back and our Frightful Patchwork. There you go. So no Chimera, but it's fine. We could actually go into Chimera, and I wouldn't recommend it, because this is your form of disruption and negation as well. But if this goes away, then yeah, you could do it. So we're gonna go ahead and equip Draco back to the Grider. So that way on our opponent's turn, we'll shuffle it. This will go to the graveyard and then re-equip itself to the token. And then we'll go ahead and activate Patchwork. Get Polymerization and Edom Chain again, and that's why we play 2. So there it is. We're going to play Polymerization, and we're going to fuse these 2 away. still have 2 cards in hand, and this will proc. Don't forget. And we'll either get Quiritus, and you've already caught on by now. Masquerade is my favorite out of the 2. Masquerade will come out. Dramaturge will come out as the Chainlink 1. Still have 2 cards in hand, and then our favorite last hypothetical card, Fusion Destiny. Go ahead and dump the 2 brothers, Dasher, Celestial, make our lovely DPE. Yes, it is prone to Super Poly because these guys are all darks, but that is fine. So right here is a combo with 3 cards in hand, leaving you with 1 card in hand. You have a interruption during your turn. You can spin away a monster, Omni Negate, extra deck monster negate, 1 interruption, and then your life point burn. Alright, so that was combo number 2. Alright guys, so that was the 2 combos that I know right now. It's basically if you open 1 discard, branded opening, and Rite of Aramis here, kind of have full combo, kind of. You just have to have the right cards. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Anyway, let's do the test hand. I already did some pile shuffling, but here we go. Do some power shuffling, quick riffle, whatever you call it. Alright. Do the old remote duel, cut in half, and we'll send the top 5 to the bottom. Now, the ratios I still haven't completely done, but I think this is what I like so far. But I'm free to any suggestions down below. And if you guys want me to cover other decks, whether it be Rogue, Meta, or whatever, just let me know down below. Alright, so we have our 5. And we did not open any of the Brave stuff. So we do have Lancia as a anti-banish, but we do have Patchwork. So let's go ahead and act as if we're going second. So we'll draw. There you go. So that's a perfect hand. Alright, so that was a perfect hand. We have Rite of Aramis here, Patchwork, Luber, Artifact Lancia, Adlib, and Branded Opening. We can also just simulate as if this got discarded for the interruption if we're playing second. Anyway, let's say we didn't do it. We're going to go ahead and start by playing Rite of Aramis here. We'll get that negation rolling. We'll put this in attack since we'll be attacking, and Faithful Adventure will come out. Faithful Adventure. Okay. Wow. So Faithful Adventure, we'll go ahead and activate Faithful Adventure. And we're going to, actually no, we're going to get that right there. Now we're going to do Patchwork. So Patchwork gets Polymerization. Actually, we'll get the cool one. We'll get Edge and Chain and the cool Polymerization. Alright, so now we have Poly in hand and Edge and Chain. So we're going to search for our negate. Faithful Adventure. We'll go ahead and add our Wonder Griffin. So right now we have a lot of cards in our hand. So we added the Griffin Rider, and don't forget Faithful Adventure will be adding and sending. So we'll send Edge of Chain, and we will proc our Edge of Chain's effect. Right, and we'll chain Griffin Rider. So we'll go ahead and grab our second Patchwork. So activate the effective adventure, and we'll add Draco back. Still have the same amount of cards. Now we have a negate, and we can do Branded Opening, right? We're gonna do Branded Opening Since Fight for Patchwork is a dead card now, we'll go ahead and send that to the graveyard with branded opening. And if we get ashed, we get ashed. So, whatever. It's also we have Griffin Rider on the board, and we'll actually go for Tragedy. So Tragedy will come out, and this will go in the graveyard. And we're down to our 5 cards. We're going to activate Dracoback, force an interruption. So we'll actually equip it to the fairy token. Now, this is interesting because you have ad lib, so you can actually take advantage of Aluber's effect. So we're going to Polymerization. We're going to go for Guardian Chimera. So Tragedy will go to the graveyard, ad lib will go to the graveyard, and Aluber will go to the graveyard. There's a bunch of things going on right now. We'll go to Guardian Chimera, put him in attack. Also, I forgot, put the Griffin Rider in attack as well. But at the end of this, you'll actually have well over lethal. So Polymerization is in the graveyard, Chimera is now protected. So it's going to be Chainlink 1 Chimera, Chainlink 2 Tragedy, Chainlink 3 ad lib of Despia. So Aluber will come out. That will be a separate chain after everything resolves. Tragedy will add our Dramaturge. So we got our Dramaturge. Where is Dramaturge? I don't know how I keep skipping this guy. And then the last chain link, we'll go ahead and pop 1 card on the field, and we'll be able to draw 2. So we'll go ahead and do a cut half, and we'll do a draw 2. Boom and boom. Not so great, but we can set the branded in red as a follow-up play for later. So now Aluber's effect will activate, and we'll be able to search our theater. So, theater. Activate the theater effect, and we'll fuse away Dramaturge and Aluber. If you really wanted to, you could fuse away the Lancia and get Briskinian. We'll actually go ahead and do that. Game. So Briskinian's gonna come out. We'll put him on the extra deck zone, and Dramaturge will proc and summon himself back out. So that is a lot of damage, and go ahead and put this in main phase 2. So we would go into battle with 3, 32, 33, and 4k total between these two. So that's well over lethal, and then if that doesn't fall through, branded in red for follow-up plays. And that was our test hand, and we also have Lancia in our hand still for an interruption. And now we're at the end of the video. Yup, you have reached it to the end. Okay, so closing thoughts. Guardian Chimera is amazing. It's a big beat stick. And then Brave, the Rite of Aramis here, amazing engine, pluses you like 4 cards, and it synergizes well with the Aluber and all the Despia cards. So I hope you guys like this video, and again, please consider subscribing, and have more plans in the future, and I'll have to eventually shelf Despia and go into other decks like EDDs, Dark Magician, Plunder, and Sorcerer. Alright, I'll let you guys go. Have a good one, and have a blessed day. Bye.